Hi, this is Alan with 4A's Racing Loft. I actually have the birds out again on a training toss today. We're about 74 miles away from home. We're northeast of where I live, which is on the race course. Yesterday they actually did very well. Flew, I'm gonna say 45, 46 miles in 54 minutes. Uh, again, Russian, thought I had plenty of time, was doing everything correct. Kept the birds in the crates because yesterday was it yesterday? No. Friday, we put chips on the birds, so I did not take them out the crates when I got home. I left a minute. Yesterday morning, I went down to Loft, fed, water, scraped, cleaned, making sure everything was ready. I said, oh, I'm doing great, had plenty of time. And then I forgot to open the loft. Needless to say, I had to call my wife who was out, ask her to go home and open the loft. And as she was walking from the back of the house down, the birds arrived in 54 minutes, which was 16 minutes faster than what they did earlier that week. So they came right online, 40 to 41 miles an hour, and yesterday they came in at about 50 miles an hour, 16 minutes faster. So I say they're starting to come into form very well. This morning I was setting up the clocks and pads and struggling for a good 15 minutes trying to figure out why it wouldn't register. I have a tourist clock. It said function not allowed. It would help if I would connect the pads to the clock. But it took me 10 to 15 minutes to realize that I did not have that connected because I was going back in the loft trying to figure out why it said function not allowed. Thought I didn't have one pad connected to the other one, and it was all done until I'm sitting there thinking about it. Then I realized I never connected the pad to the clock. That's what happens when it's dark and you're rushing. Well, I really wasn't rushing, but I wasn't thinking. So still making little entertaining mistakes, which I'm gonna try to avoid doing that going forward. So look, the birds are doing well. I'd say the conditioning is coming in to form. Actually a nice sunrise this morning. I'm actually a half a mile down there is the Brazos River. So I found a place to pull off 979 where the sun was coming over the trees, which I think is a good release point. I'm gonna try to make sure I keep them away from the wires and face them to the northeast, but every time I do that they seem to cut back towards the wires regardless. But we'll see how they would do today. So everything is set up. I actually have chips. I can actually see what time they come in and who's coming in first. Yesterday everything came back fairly much together except for I saw a single. I think I saw two singles and one double come in later. I tried to walk down there so I can pull them out and not send them today. But when I got into the loft, I really didn't see anybody eating or drinking, which I thought that's what they would have done, but wasn't the case. So there was no way for me to tell who came in late. So I'm gonna send them today. It's just that time of the year where they have to fly, but at least I can start tracking who's coming in late, who's coming in early. We're getting farther enough out, which I think it will start to separate a little. My wife said there was only maybe 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, 20 to 30 seconds in between two big groups. In between that, there was a single, so I don't know if they were routing, but she had got home, turned the TV on for my son, was walking out the back door maybe 50 feet, and then she saw the birds. I think she said she saw them coming out of the south. So they are getting pushed to the south and coming back up. And actually today where I'm at now, it is 58 degrees. Winds are coming from the north. Let me think about this to make sure I'm getting this right. Northeast. Now I'm gonna have to check because I'm not even sure. Signs of getting young. Because I know the winds actually turn on the course. So it's 58 degrees. Winds are out of the northwest, 3 miles an hour. If we go back to Rogers, which would be on a course, they go back, it's actually 60 degrees there now. And winds are out of the north, slightly northeast, about 3. And then as they get back closer to the loft, it's 60 degrees and it's northeast winds at 5. So the winds are going to push them around a little bit, which is okay. The good thing is it's not strong winds, so it shouldn't hurt them too much. I say it's good conditioning. Let's see what time it is. Actually, we got 2 minutes before we'll let them up. Hopefully now I can get back here at least one more time, which I'm thinking next weekend. So at least they will have 2 tosses of 74 miles underneath them. The first race is 98 miles, which I've said in the past. So I figure 24 miles is less than an hour, additional hour on the wing, so they should be able to handle that. I don't expect any troubles. I'm starting to write down exactly what I'm going to feed, what I'm going to feed it, you know, what I will put in the water, which I don't do too much. And this really now is trying to keep them healthy, keep them well fed and trained for the next 2 weeks, because 2 weeks from today, sorry about that, car's going down the road, 2 weeks from today will be our first race, club race, on the 23rd of October. So I'm starting to get a little nervous and excited at the same time. Let me just take a look and see what time we have. I hear cars, so I don't want to let them out until that car actually goes by. And then we'll get them up here. So I'm going to say a minute. As soon as this truck or whatever it is goes by, but they should have a good time today. They are home and well, and hopefully they go straight back to the loft and we don't have any problems. So I think that was actually heading in the opposite direction. And exactly what I don't want them to do, they did. Went right towards that wire. Try to see if I can block them a little. And no, straight for the wire. And they are out. And actually the other birds look like they already left. So that group is trying to catch up with the other ones. And they look like they're heading straight back. Heading in the right direction, which is great. Okay, everybody, look, take care, be safe. Give me a like, subscribe, and a thumbs up.